On behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
White supremacy. We told you.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
White supremacy. We told you.
It is you voted for Donald Trump when you're so into facts, because his entire campaign is not based in facts. It was all based in propaganda and emotion.
I voted for Donald Trump for one reason only. His policies, if implemented, would slow the dispossession of whites in the United States. If you were to deport all illegal immigrants, if you were to think very hard about letting in any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority. In any Muslims, all of this would slow the rate at which whites are becoming a minority.
Why are you so worried about the white dispossession of America?
Because I want my people to survive. Is that so strange? We don't control China. We don't control any place where whites are not a majority. And if we become a minority, we will not control our own destiny anymore.
I grew up in this country as a minority, as the children of immigrants. I was their first child born in America. And while I didn't have much possession or didn't much control, I really enjoyed myself. And I think that if you ask a lot of Americans, they would say that I had a lot to offer this country. You know, according to you, I guess I would be perpetuating the dispossession of white America.
That is true. That is true.
Would you say that you wouldn't want me in this country?
At some point, when my ancestors built this nation, they did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Haitians or to anyone else.
Do you consider it...
Nation. They did not build it with the intention of giving it away to Mexicans or Chinese or Haitians or to anyone else.
Do you consider it... You keep saying your ancestors built this country. You consider that a fact?
Who else built it?
Black people, Native Americans, Chinese people who came and built the railroads.
Do you think none of that could have been
Italian people?
But they're Europeans, aren't they?
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. So this lesson is entitled, The Pride of Thine Heart hath deceived thee. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. And you've seen the video. Esau Edom has revealed himself, okay, and his inner thoughts, okay, all right. But you've seen the first video where this Negro is pretty much celebrating it, okay, celebrating his victory, Esau Edom, Donald Trump's victory. Let's go to Isaiah 30 and verse 1. It says, Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, have now asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay, because Egypt is a mere shadow, and it's a similitude of America today, the house of bondage for the children of Israel. Verses 3, Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, all right. And that, I think that was Charleston White. I think that's his name. All right. Okay. So let's go to Exodus 20:2, and it says, "I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage." Okay. So we were put back in the house of bondage again, just to emphasize that point. All right, Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 68th verse tells us that, "And the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Okay, so we will return back to Egypt again, and this is a similitude of America. Okay, because the tribe of Judah did come from West Africa, Negro land, and were delivered here in America. Okay, the tribe of Judah. All right. So let's go to Psalm 64:8, because the so-called white man's tongue has fallen upon him. All right, and he has revealed information that is pertinent to the ministry. So he revealed his reason for voting for Trump, and that being made simply said anyway, is for his own people to survive, so that they can continue ruling the earth. All right, and let's go to Psalms 49:11, and that's what we've been telling you this whole time. All right, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They don't ever think they're going to fall. And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. They conquered the lands, many lands, and they say that they're those original people, okay? All right, they're Australians, the French, all right, and what have you, when they weren't the original people. They conquered the people that were there, and they took the land, all right? If you can understand that. But the men of the Lord from amongst the brethren, the Israelites, that are on the street corners, they were set up for you Negroes and Native Americans and Latinos, so that you can receive understanding and repent and receive the next rulership and dominion on the earth. Okay, but many of you guys don't believe. All right? All right? All right? But this is going to take place. The Lord has promised the next dominion of the earth to the Israelites. All right. Second Esdras 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand first held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so we have here in the scriptures the prophecy that tells us that we are going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. All right, which is a beautiful thing. So the so-called white man told you he built America, not you. He said that they built America. He told you America was built by them. Okay, only. All right. So much for equality, right? Isaiah 34 and 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, his spirit has gathered them. That would be the elect. Okay. All right. So this is why the ministry was set up by Yahweh Shai, to gather together his people through the word of Yahweh Shai. All right. The elect from amongst them. Okay, the 12 tribes of Israel. So as he is trying to protect his people, we are trying to protect ours by giving them this understanding, because that is going to be the tree of life. That is going to be the deliverance. Okay, it's going to be the wisdom. Okay, the wisdom coming from the Bible. That's what's going to grant you deliverance. Okay, and understanding. That's what's going to seal you, you know, and give you the promise. Okay, that is granted to the children of Israel. Okay, so again, I want to emphasize that he wanted to protect his people. Okay, let me see what he said. He said, let me go back. People, it's so that his people can survive. That's the reason why he voted for Trump. The same thing is with the children, the Israelites. That's what we want for our people. Okay, I just wanted to emphasize that. All right. So again, the ministry was set up by Yahushua to gather together his people through the word of Yahushua, to gather the elect from amongst the 12 tribes. Zephaniah 2 and verses 1 through 3. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass, as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the days of the Lord's anger come upon you. Okay, gather yourself together in this truth, in the words coming from the Bible. Okay, all right, in the scriptures, Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the days of the Lord's anger. So that's what we're telling our people. All right. Okay. And we go to Isaiah 11 and 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Okay. All right. So the nations that are listed on the 12 tribe sign were mentioned by the so-called white man. He mentioned the Mexicans and the Haitians. That's two. Okay. All right. He said he did not, his ancestors did not build this nation in order to give it to the Mexicans and Haitians or Chinese. Okay. So he had mentioned two of the Israelites. So you got to understand that's their mind frame. All right. But now they are coming out with it, with everything straightforward. They're like, hey, they're saying things that, like the other video, it says that, we thank Trump for making, for saving white life or something like that. See, they're getting more bolder, because we reached that point in time where they have been exposed. Okay, the men of the Lord have exposed them in every which way. So they have no other recourse but to just come down with great wrath. All right. And that's what's happening. Okay, he's talking about deportation. He's talking about he wants to legalize weapons from state to state. I mean, carrying firearms from state to state. Okay. DOD 5240 states that the military has a right to shoot U.S. citizens. All right, this was passed on September 27, 2024. Okay. All right, so you have to understand that we're in that time of great wrath. All right, that the Lord said would happen. That the devil, in which is Esau Edom, would come down with great wrath. We reached that point. Okay, and Mr. Trump is the very person to bring it forth. All right. Let's read that. Revelation 12 and 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. Okay? All right. Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. That this is speaking of Esau, the wicked. Okay, slandering his own mother's son. Okay, Jacob. These things hast thou done, and I have kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. So they think that the Lord is with them. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Set who in the order? The Israelites, the 12 tribes, the men of the Lord, in order. All right. They would come out of this mind state of a Babylon American society, and they would return back to the Lord in spirit and in truth. And that is happening all over the earth. Okay. Obadiah 1 and 3, the featured scripture. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, we know that America's symbol is the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Okay, so what you have to understand is that they have been in power, robbing other nations, and of course they took this land by force, okay, and took the wealth of the resources out of the earth for themselves. Then they before that they pretty much stripped the Israelite, the tribe of Judah, bare and put them in servitude as well. All right, you Negroes. Okay. Jeremiah 49 and 15. And it reads, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. This is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Thy terribleness has deceived thee in the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Edom shall be a desolation, every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. Because this is going to be the end result. Verse 18, Jeremiah 49 and 18. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. And that's talking about America, Babylon the Great. He's going to destroy this place, okay, with thermonuclear missiles. All right. But a lot of you Negroes, you went down and voted all in Hispanics. All right. And now you're kind of waking up to the shock of what his policies are. Okay. All right. Psalms 55 in verses 21. And it reads, Psalms 55 and 21, the word of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And you're finding that out.
We are a great people. We're a race of people. We are a great people. We're a race of people. And as a race and as a spiritual people, we have lots to give the white man. The white man is not a spiritual person. He's an academic person. He's a person who relies on his ability to use his academic nature, his mentality, but not his spiritual nature. And because of that, the white man is on the verge of annihilating himself. He has atomic nuclear weapons that he knows that he can press a button and wipe out himself completely. He is a man who is dead already, dead before he even dies. That is where the white man is.